These are 5 of the best FBA deals we found in January. So welcome back to the channel. Please do subscribe if you haven't done so yet. We post videos about Amazon FBA every single Thursday. And as always, let us know in the comments any other videos you'd like us to make. We do see all of your comments. But today we have the next installment in the series for top 5 FBA deals we found this month. So all of these deals came from our deal of the day feature. This is where we send in 1 to 2 deals every single day into our Discord, just to help our users find products, to give them inspiration on what to look, where to look for, and so on. We do this for both the UK and the US. Today we're going to be showing you UK deals. Now, as we always like to remind you, we don't really recommend to buy these deals just because they get seen by a lot of people. So we have over 4,500 people in our Discord, so they can become quite saturated just because quite a lot of people are buying them. The key here, as mentioned, is just to give you some inspiration on what you should be looking for. So let's get into the 5 deals. We've saved the best one until last, so make sure to hang around till then so you can see which deal we thought was the best one. You should now be able to see my screen, and we've got deal number 1 here, and it is from the website Claire's. It's for this Lobe Wonder earring support patches. They're £6, they're 50% off. On Amazon, we can see they're selling for £21.74 at the moment, so a really big difference. That's always the first thing we're going to be looking for when it comes to an Amazon FBA deal. Now, the only thing to consider with this one was that it was a collection only. We wasn't able to get it delivered, so you'd only be able to buy it if you had a Claire's store near you. We've got one near us, so we could buy these, but of course with that you can be a bit more limited in the amount of stock you can buy, just because the stores aren't going to be holding as much as their warehouses online. This deal is 50% off, and we've noticed actually, if we have a look up here, 50% off almost everything. Claire's have obviously got a sale on at the moment, so we always look for things like this to try and find other products as well. If we find one good deal, it often leads us to more good deals because they've often got a sale on. Let's quickly look at it on the Profitl extension so you can see a bit more data on how this product is actually performing. Okay, so we now have it on the Profitl extension, and let's just quickly have a look at some of the data. So obviously we can see it's selling quite a lot, 540 up to 1,000 a month. We can see there's a variation. It looks like someone might be in the process of making a variation because there's just one on this listing currently. And if we check the variation sales, we can see that the sales percentage is 100%, so that's absolutely great. The profit on this, you know it's going to be good, £10.50, 169% return on investment. And if we have a quick look at the price history graph specifically, we'll turn off used, we'll turn off FBM just because they're not really our competition. And Amazon haven't been on this listing, so no changes there at all. We can see more or less the buy box line does mirror the FBA line. There are a few exceptions, so this will most likely be an FBM seller. Turn off FBA just to make it clear as well, but the buy box line is our all important one just because it gives us a good understanding of this product and any potential risk. And the one thing we can see with this one, that there is a risk of us getting undercut, so it's something you have got to bear in mind. You know, we can see that obviously the price right now is up at the £21.74, but it's spent times, you know, a lot lower, £14.50 for a little while. It has been moving up and down quite a lot, so it is something to bear in mind. Now, if we head down to the data down here, we can actually have a look at the buy box price on average over the last year. So we can see the average price over last year has been £16.54. Now, if we change this to £16.54, we can see our profit obviously does come down. So £6.10 profit per unit, but still a 98% return on investment. So this is why this is a good product, just because we have got a little wiggle room. And the thing is, you haven't got to sell the products right away. Obviously that is ideal. You don't want your product stuck in Amazon's warehouse. Because it's such a fast selling product, the risk is a lot less than if it was a slower seller. So on to deal number 2 now, and it is from Latino, and it's this Brazilian creamy shower gel, which we can buy for £15.10. And if you've seen some of our videos before, you'll know Latino is probably one of our favorite websites. Specifically, they sell beauty products, but they have such a great range of products, and they're often a lot cheaper on Amazon, which makes them great for online arbitrage. So this one here was an interesting one, which a lot of new sellers may not know they can do. So we can see the product image here. However, if we go over to Amazon, this is the same product, it's just in different packaging. So this is exactly the same product, same size. So this is 385 milliliters. This is 385 milliliters as well. They've just obviously updated the packaging, so this does happen quite a lot, where a brand will update their packaging but it won't reflect on Amazon, but it is the same product. Let's load this up on the Profitl Chrome extension again. So 31 to 59 sales a month, not crazy sales, great reviews though. Not a bad return on investment, so 46%, giving us £7.04 profit per unit. 4 FBA sellers, let's have a quick look to see how much stock they have. 2 of them are out of stock, one's got 7, one's got 10. And another nice thing about this one, Amazon haven't been on this listing in the last year, so that's great. And it's also had a pretty stable price. So it hasn't really dropped, £23.71, £23.50. It has had a reasonably stable price. So the buy box average price over last year has been £26.67. So if we put it in there, we're still just about making our 30% return on investment, which is our cut off. So £4.47 profit per unit. So not a bad deal at all. I just want to let you know about an exclusive YouTube discount code which you can use to start your Profitl and your Amazon FBA journey. So I'll make it pop up just here. It will save you either 20% on any of our monthly plans every single month, or it will save you 5% on yearly plans, and yearly plans are already discounted at over 50% off. That's a 55% saving if you do go for a yearly plan, but make sure to take them down and it will save you some money when you're ready to start your FBA journey. So on to the next deal, and it is from the website Ocado. Ocado, another great website. The only downside of this website, it can be difficult to buy loads of a single product just because Ocado are known to cancel orders. But the deal we have found today is this Hot Wheels monster truck toy, which we can buy for £10. Now, if we head over to Amazon, we can see it selling for £24.95. Now, bear in mind, most people will be gated in this one, but if you were interested in learning how to get ungated, I'll just link a video just up here. Being gated is going to be something you have to face when on your Amazon journey, but it's not too difficult to get ungated in different brands. Once you do start to open up more brands and categories, it really can transform your FBA. Let's load this one up on the Profitl Chrome extension. Sales 15 to 29 units a month, so not crazy sales, but this one wasn't a problem because look, there's only one other FBA seller. And bear in mind, the chances are more sellers will come on this listing. There's absolutely no reason why not. If there's a low amount of competition now, that's obviously a better thing than if there was a lot of competition right now. Now, profitability looks great. So our return on investment, which is our most important metric, 81%. Giving us an estimated profit per unit of £8.30. Now, let's check out the pricing graph, which is always our best friend when it comes to Amazon FBA, and have a look what is going on there. And again, we can see Amazon haven't been selling on this listing. So the interesting one we can see here, I'll actually turn off FBA as well, and we'll just keep the buy box one, is that we can see it's had a history of having a suppressed buy box. So what a suppressed buy box is, it's where Amazon hide the add to basket or buy now button. And the reason they do this is usually because they deem it as too expensive. So obviously Amazon don't want their customers getting ripped off. So if a product is being sold for too much, they'll basically hide the buy it now or add to basket button just to make it a little bit harder for people to buy. Now they can still buy, they just have to go through a few more steps. So we can see that Amazon has been deeming this one at too expensive at times, but we can see around £24.95. They're happy to be selling that. Now, it is also possible that some of this time that there has just been no sellers on the listing. So we can head down to the offer history graph just here. So if we have a look at this time, this probably wasn't a suppressed buy box, it's just there's no sellers. But when there was no buy box here, but we can see there was sellers, that means it's going to be suppressed. So just bear that in mind. You don't want to be selling on products with a suppressed buy box. It does just make it that little bit harder. But we can see if we're selling it for £24.95, we've got a lot of room for movement. With £8.30 profit per unit, we can obviously come down a lot lower, so it doesn't look like a bad buy at all. So on to deal number 4, and it's from the website Smith's, another one of our favorites. Such a great range of products. We found from our deal of the day was this Sonic the Hedgehog Knuckles figure. We can buy this one for £5.99. Now bear in mind, this one wasn't available for home delivery, it's only click and collect. Right now there's only actually one in stock for click and collect. But we actually found this about 3 weeks ago, so there was a lot more available then. But as long as you've got the stores local to you, it's not a problem at all. You can just pop in there and you can easily cover your cost in your profit. So this one, as I say, buying for £5.99, sells on Amazon for £17.99. So a really big difference, which is absolutely the first thing we want. Typically, it will only be double the price. So we're buying for £5.99. I want to be selling for around £12. That should confirm would get about 30% return on investment. This one's doing around triple that, which is absolutely great. So let's load it up on the Profitl Chrome extension. So this is another one not with crazy sales, so only 15 to 29 units a month, but it isn't a problem as long as the competition doesn't have too much in stock and you've got a good profit per unit so you can drop your price a little bit. That's not a problem at all. So we can see this one 108% return on investment, which is brilliant. £6.68 profit per unit. So we've got 6 other FBA sellers on this listing. So let's see how much stock they have. We can see out of the 6, one's got 8, one's got 1, one's got 5, one's got 2, one's got 2, one's got 7. So 25 in total. So all of these will likely be arbitrage sellers. So your competition, Doesn't look like there's anyone doing wholesale. They are the ones you want to be more scared of, or Amazon, just because if they're doing wholesale, it means the chances are they're going to be buying it for cheaper than you can buy it for, and obviously they've invested a lot more in a product, so they have a lot more to lose, so they're going to be fighting a lot harder for the buy box. Whereas if you've only got 5 in stock, well, obviously you want to sell them, but it's not as much of a risk for you. Now, looking on the price graph, there hadn't been any sellers of this product earlier in the year, but more recently it hasn't really dropped around £16.60. Now, one thing to be aware of is this drive up in the number of sellers. So it's obviously been quite low, 1, 2, 3, and it has gone to its highest ever. So there is a chance more sellers will come on this listing. It's just something to bear in mind. Obviously, you don't want products with too much competition, but with the return on investment and the profit, it looked like a great deal overall. Okay, so on to our 5th and final product, and which we arguably may say is the best one. It's from the website Boots. It's this Jack Wolf's body spray set. It is actually sold out now, but at the time we could buy it for £5, so it was half price, and we did actually find more deals from this as well. Boots are often running discounts on certain lines, where they do 3 for 2, certain discount codes, and so on. So it's a really great way to find other arbitrage deals. Buy it for £5 on Amazon. It currently sells for £17.36. It was a little bit higher, and it is a newer product, so just something to bear in mind. So only 3 ratings, but let's load it up on a Profitl Chrome extension, and I can run you through the data. Okay, so here we are. First up with the sales, 31 to 59 units a month, so not bad sales. Look at this return on investment though, 133%. This would give us £6.90 profit per unit, so a great profit for FBA sellers on this listing. But the reason I really like this one was because it looked like a great price graph. So if we load up price graph and we'll head over to the last 365 days, we can see it's had a really nice stable price. I'll just turn off everything other than the buy box for now, just so you can see it quite clearly, and we can see that this price, it hasn't dropped below £16 in the last year. The lowest price has been around £16. So if we put £16 in here, and we can see still 108% return on investment, estimated profit per unit of £5.62. You can see the price has been a lot cheaper in the past, like some of them ones we showed you earlier. But for example, it's obviously around £17.50 now, but you might have seen it where it's £8 in the past. So although it's a great deal right now, there's a really high chance we're going to get undercut, especially if it had been that price for a long time. So that is our pick of 5 of the best deals for the month of January. We hope you found that interesting, and we hope it gave you some insight of just some of the things we're looking for when searching FBA deals. Please note, most deals you find, they're never going to be 100% perfect. It just isn't going to happen. There's always going to be something, whether it's the number of sellers, the stock, a suppressed buy box, which may make it not perfect. It's very rare to find a perfect deal. So as long as you get the basic right, so looking at your competition, looking at the average prices, looking for any warnings on the product, whether there's any risk of IP risk, you shouldn't have many problems. And if you do make a bad buy, see it as a mistake, analyze what you did wrong, and then you can learn from it. But that's all for now. As always, you'll find all of our links in the description, including our social media. We're very active on Instagram and TikTok as well, so make sure to give us a follow on there. But thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one.